10 News reporter Emerald Morrow is here with us. First of all, your reporting on all of these forgotten cemeteries has been incredible, and it should not go without being noticed. This, though, you've been staying on top of for weeks now. We continue to see these forgotten cemeteries popping up. This is becoming a pattern, it seems.
Yes, absolutely. And this time, this is on the federal level. There's no question that there was a cemetery in Port Tampa near MacDill Air Force Base. It existed, and I spent weeks uncovering the documents to prove it and talking to anyone who might remember what was there. And it led me here.
The city of Port Tampa is searching for souls. The souls that have passed from this earth, souls that may be lost in the forgotten Port Tampa cemetery. Janie Strickland could be one of them. This article from the Tampa Tribune says she died in 1902. Her funeral service was held at this very church, and she was buried in the Port Tampa City Cemetery. About 40 years later, federal workers during the Roosevelt administration made a list of all the cemeteries in Hillsborough County. Port Tampa Cemetery was one of them. And if you start at Interbay and Manhattan, go a little south, then east, these documents say you'll find that cemetery. A cemetery I found plenty of death certificates for. A cemetery this woman will never forget. She says she and her mother found an open grave and a small child.
It was in my mother's hands, and she picked it up. And I remember the little white dress. I can't remember. I knew it was a black baby, but then, you know, she told me it was a black cemetery, so I guess I assumed it was black, but it looked dark, you know. Don't think it had any shoes on, but it had a pretty little white dress on.
She says she and her mother found an open grave and a small child. This woman did not want to be identified. She's 86 years old now, but was about 6 when this happened in 1939. That's the same year this document from the Federal Archive says the government started taking property to build MacDill. That's around the time when the cemetery started to disappear. A spokesperson at the base says their engineers are putting together a plan to search for the graves, and work on that will start in January.
Emerald, if MacDill finds graves, what will happen next?
Well, a spokesperson there says they will make sure that those graves are honored. Now, it's going to be some time before we find out if they're there for sure. And if they're not, it raises the question of where did they go?